Welcome. My name is Erica Ashton, and I'm the Festival Director for the Black Consciousness Festival. And it is my absolute pleasure to introduce today Qiana Roberts. Qiana Roberts is a registered yoga teacher currently residing in Los Angeles, California. A student of yoga for the past 10 years, in 2019, she decided to deepen her practice and begin her journey into leading instruction. She received her first certification in Hatha Yoga, and noticing the lack of diversity in the yoga spaces, she decided to go on a search, and she discovered Kemetic Yoga, which is an African-centered yogic practice that provides not only the physical elements of Hatha Yoga and other yoga practices, but also a deeper ancestral and spiritual connection. Qiana, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the Black Consciousness Festival, to thank you for saying yes, and enjoy.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here with you guys today. Thanks for coming to my Kemetic Yoga workshop. I don't know if anyone's heard of Kemetic Yoga or done it before. I'm just going to give you a quick little background on what it is. So it's a practice that was developed in ancient Egypt, which was called Kemet. And it's a very healing and restorative practice of yoga that they used as a spiritual system to purify their bodies and reach divine consciousness. So unlike the forms of yoga that we're used to, this one is more of a moving meditation rather than an athletic workout. So we're going to be using our breath to move energy through our bodies. And a lot of the positions that I'm going to show you are very geometric. They used sacred geometry to really transform your body. So the first breath that we're going to be taking is a 4-count breath, and you can think of it as a square. So it's going to be an inhale and then a pause, and then we exhale and we pause. So you can think of that as a square breath, and we're going to carry that breath with us throughout practice. This practice, even though it was originated in ancient Egypt, it was rediscovered in the 70s by Dr. Asar Hapi and Master Yasira Hotep, who was my instructor who certified me. And they've been developing this practice ever since. I feel like the challenging part of this practice is the slow intentional movements and the stillness that's required, which I feel like is a great, it's great to go within and really tap into your inner vibration instead of being exposed to like the vibrations around you, because it's here where we receive our divine consciousness, and it's here where we receive like the true healing. So with that being said, let's come back to our mats, and I'm going to have like some light music on. You might not even be able to hear it, but it helps me to know where we are throughout the practice. Okay. Let's make our way to our mats. And slowly come on to your back. Resting your head on the mat. Feel free to keep your knees bent here. If you have any back issues, I suggest bending your knees to support your back a bit here. If not, feel free to let your legs lay down straight in front of you. Letting our head fall heavy. Let's just take our right hand and place it on our abdomen. And then move that left hand on top of the right, connecting our thumbs, creating this pyramid right on our abdomen. Let's take some time here to be still, go inward, and really connect with our practice. Beginning to take those breaths I discussed. So we're going to inhale through our nose, filling our bellies, holding that breath. Before we slowly exhale through our nose. Holding that exhale at the bottom. Inhaling again. And exhaling. And while we breathe here, let's just bring some awareness to the lower half of our body, beginning at our toes. Let's release any tension in our toes, letting our ankles fall to either side. Moving up to your calves, releasing any tension there. Breathing down into your knees. And with an exhale, just releasing all the tension in your knees. Relaxing your thighs. Slowly breathing into our hips. Let's begin to release the tension in our hips. Now looking at the full extent of the lower half of your body as you breathe in. And as we breathe out, let us think if there's any area that could be a little bit more relaxed. Moving into our lower back and our belly. Let's begin to release any tension that we're holding on to. In our chest and our heart space. Releasing everything to the ground beneath us, knowing that we are supported. Releasing the tension in our shoulders. And finally moving up into our head. Relaxing the area between our eyebrows. Releasing the tension in our jaw. And really breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take this time to set an intention for our practice as we're fully relaxed and open on our mat. This intention can be anything that you wish to bring into your life. Maybe it's joy, maybe it's patience, maybe it's acceptance. And let us carry this intention with us throughout practice. Breathing in this intention, deep inhale through your nose, feeling your belly expand beneath your palms. And exhaling out of your mouth, sinking into the earth. Let's slowly begin to move our feet towards each other, flexing our toes towards our face. Slowly gliding our hands down to our thighs. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, tucking our chin into our chest and using our core strength to raise our bodies off of the mat, coming into an upright seated position. Let's inhale here. And as we exhale, allowing our hands to come to our thighs, closing our eyes here. And just taking a moment to feel how the energy is moving throughout your body. Your blood is flowing in a new direction. There may be some tingling in your toes. You may feel some tingling in your back. Let's not judge ourselves, but we're just observing how our body feels in this moment. Slowly fluttering our eyes open. Let's come to a seated position on our mat, crossing our legs. Bring our hands to our side. Let's face our palms up towards the sky. And as we inhale, moving both hands high above our head, imagining that intention that we set between each palm, we're sending it out into the universe, clasping it between our hands. Let's slowly rotate our palms facing outwards. And as we exhale, extending our hands wide, coming back towards the mat, really creating this auric field surrounding us. Maybe it's a white light that we can carry with us throughout this practice. Palms facing up. Let's inhale again as our hands go high above our head. And this time as we exhale, allow that right hand to come towards the left knee as the left hand goes behind us. We're gonna inhale here to lengthen our crown towards the sky, straightening our spine. And as we exhale, we're gonna twist into our left side body, sending our gaze over that left shoulder. Breathing here, we're gonna inhale lengthen with every inhale. And twist a little deeper with every exhale. Breathing here. Let's inhale both hands back up to the sky. And as we exhale, allowing that left hand now to come to the right knee and the right hand goes behind us. Let's inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, twisting into your right side body, sending your gaze over that right shoulder. Breathing here. Slowly inhaling both hands back into the sky. As we exhale, let's fold forward, sending our hands out in front of us. Maybe your forearms are coming to the ground. Stretching those fingertips as far as you can towards the front. Inhale here to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, slowly let your forehead meet the ground in front of you. Let's slowly begin to walk our hands in towards our bodies. And when you're sitting upright, let's bring our pointer finger to our thumb and let our wrists lay on the tops of our knees. Relaxing our shoulders here as we lengthen our spine. Let's take an inhale, sending our chin up towards the sky. And as we exhale, let's fully release that neck back, opening up that throat chakra. Inhale your head back up to center. And this time as we exhale, let's let the chin drop towards the chest, feeling a stretch in the back of your neck. Inhale back up to center. And as we exhale, sending that gaze towards your left shoulder, one vertebrae at a time, really feeling that stretch in your neck. Slowly inhaling back to center. Let's now send the gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale here, releasing it all to the mat. Let's close our eyes here. Continuing with our breath. Going inward and just taking some time to observe the energy. This is an energetic practice. We're here to observe ourselves and our bodies and open any blockages that we have within. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And let's come to our hands and knees in a tabletop position. I'm going to lead us through a Kemetic sun salutation. The Kemetic society honored the sun as the all-giving force. So in this meditation, we'll be shining our chest to the sun a lot. We'll be bowing to the sun, known as Ra. Inhaling here, making sure our wrists are directly under our shoulders and our knees are directly under our hips. Exhaling here. Let's raise that right knee and send the right foot between our hands. Go ahead and raise the back foot and tuck that toe. Pressing off of the right foot, let's raise that left knee off of the mat. Inhale to lift your chest off your thigh here. Exhale, coming back down to the mat. Let's drop the knee and untuck the foot. Hugging your right thigh with both hands. We're gonna slowly open the hands as we inhale, sending them up towards the sky, 3/4 of the way. And as we exhale, allowing our hands to touch, stretching our fingertips high as we can towards the sky. Inhaling the left hand behind the right hand. And as we exhale, slowly moving both hands down towards the thigh, really feeling that energy pressing down. Inhale here to lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, sending our hips down towards the earth. Maybe moving that front foot an inch or two forward, making sure that there's a right angle here on your front foot and your knee is not going above your toes. Let's inhale here, shining our chest towards the sun. And as we exhale, our chin goes up towards the sky in a slight back bend. Inhale back up. And as you exhale, your chest drops to your thigh. Slowly moving your hands down to the mat here. We're going to tuck that back toe and bring the knee off of the mat. As we slowly move the right foot back beside the left, raising the hips, coming into Merkut or pyramid pose. Let's walk the feet an inch or two forward. Inhaling up onto your toes. And exhaling to sink the heels a little closer to the mat. We're really pressing through our hands here and sending our chest towards our thighs. Inhale up onto your toes. And exhale your knees down towards the mat. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, slowly bending our elbows, sending our face towards the mat. We're going to imagine there's a marble in front of our nose. And we're going to move that marble to the front of the mat, rolling up into Wajek or Cobra pose. In this pose, the tops of your feet are grounded as well as your thighs. And you're actively pressing off of the mat, sending your chest forward, opening up the lower back here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's tuck our toes and send our hips up and back. Coming back into Merkut. Pyramid pose. Inhale up onto your toes. Exhale your knees down to the mat. Raising your feet behind you so that the instep is flat. Let's move the right hand an inch in front of the right knee and the left hand an inch in front of the left knee. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, coming to sit on the tops of our heels in cheetah pose. Strong back here, gazing to the front. Let's slowly move that right forearm down to the mat. And then that left forearm down to the mat. Coming into Sphinx pose, Heru Akhet. The Sphinx in Egypt are all facing east to the rising sun. So this is a position to show gratitude to the sun, knowing that it will always rise even after a stormy day. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. On the next inhale, sliding our hands forward, sending our third eye towards the mat. Coming into Masu Haru or child's pose. Breathing here. And on the next inhale, we're gonna take that marble again in front of our nose and push it to the front of the mat. Pressing up, back into Wajats. Slowly tucking those back toes, raising back up into Merkut. Inhale onto your toes. Exhale the knees down. Raising the feet. Putting the instep down towards the mat. We're now going to take that left foot and bring it between your hands. Raising the right toe, tucking it and lifting that right knee. Inhale to raise your chest off of your thigh. Exhale back down to the mat. Dropping the right knee. We're gonna hug the left thigh. And inhale as we expand our hands 3/4 of the way up. Exhale as our hands come to meet in the center. Inhale the left hand behind the right. Exhale both hands down to the thigh slowly, really feeling that energy pressing towards your thigh. Inhale to extend your spine and your crown. Exhale, sinking your hip towards the earth. Maybe moving that front foot up an inch or two. Inhale to shine your chest forward. And as we exhale, coming into a slight back bend. Inhaling back up to the top. Exhaling your chest to your thigh. Separating your hands and letting them fall down to the mat. Let's slowly move that left knee beside the right knee. Opening our knees almost as wide as the mat here. Let's press our hips down and back. Coming into a wide leg child's pose. Really letting your chest sink between your thighs here. Feeling that expansion in your belly with every inhale. In every exhale, your navel is sinking to your spine. Let's slowly make our way back into a tabletop position, bringing our knees back in towards each other. I want us to raise our feet behind us and tuck the toes. Let's send the right hand back beside the right knee and the left hand back beside the left knee, putting most of our weight into our hands here. Let's take an inhale. And as we exhale, allow your hips to sink back onto the tops of your heels. Feeling that weight in your toes. If this is too much weight in your toes, feel free to keep your hands here to hold some of the weight. If you're completely on your toes, I want you to inhale your hands straight out in front of you. And exhale your hands down to your lap. This is a pharaonic posture, posture of pharaohs. We're grounded to the earth and still able to receive divine intelligence from above. This is a position of reflexology. There are points in the bottom of our toes that connect with our higher chakras. So although this may not feel that expansive, we're doing a lot of inner work in this position. Inhale. Exhale. Let's send our hands back out in front of us and raise our toes and maybe shake them out. And when you're ready, put the instep of your toes now onto the ground so that the tops of your toes are flush with your mat. Let's move our right hand back again and our left hand back again. Taking an inhale here. And as we exhale, we come to sit on the tops of our toes in the opposite direction. What we do on one side, we must do on the other. Here, I want us to inhale our hands out in front of us and create a pyramid. So bringing our thumbs to touch and our pointer and middle fingers to touch, and look through that pyramid. And I want you to imagine the intention that we set at the beginning of practice between your palms. Inhale here. As you exhale, let's place that pyramid down on the mat in front of us. Inhale to shine your chest forward, straightening your back. And as we exhale, let's bend our elbows and bring our third eye to the center of that pyramid. Letting this be representative of us putting this intention into our mind. Taking a couple of breaths here. Let's slowly begin to rise, moving back into a tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips towards the sky, and beginning to walk our toes behind our wrists. So coming into a forward fold here. Let's connect with that pyramid one more time, creating that pyramid with your hands and placing it down on the mat in front of you. Let's put a generous bend in our knees so that our torso is resting on the top of our thighs. Let the top of your head face the ground. So our blood is flowing in a completely new direction. We're sending fresh blood flow and oxygen to our brains. Breathing here. You can rock side to side. On the next inhale, slowly begin to straighten out your legs. Breaking open that pyramid, sending your hands behind your shin. And as you exhale, folding forward, pulling your chest towards your thighs here. On the next inhale, slowly rising one vertebrae at a time. Letting your head be the last thing to come forward. And exhale, standing upright. releasing all the energy to the ground. We're going to move into our Tekken sequence. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. Let's bring our big toes to touch, allowing the backs of our feet to be maybe an inch apart, creating kind of a pyramid with your feet now. And the outer edges of your feet should be straight, a straight line. Let's rotate our palms to face out. And inhale, sending our hands high above us into the sky, 3/4 of the way. Exhale as our hands come to touch. Inhale your chin high into the sky. Exhale, releasing that neck back, opening up that throat chakra. Inhale back up to center. We're going to rotate our palms outwards. And this time we slowly exhale, honoring this auric field that's around us. As slow as possible here. Really taking in every angle of this movement. Until your hands drop to your sides. We're going to move into the pose of Asar. He's the god of the afterlife. And he represents transformation and the journey from our worldly to our higher consciousness. So we're going to take our right hand and bring it in towards our chest, leaving it maybe an inch away from your chest as your elbow points out. Bring the left hand on top of the right hand, allowing the thumbs to touch. Again, going back to this pyramid shape. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, slowly turning only the top half of our bodies to the left. I'll turn this way so you can see me. Keeping those hands centered to your chest as you turn to the left. Inhale. And as you exhale, your gaze goes over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sending that gaze over to the left. Inhale back to center. And this time as you exhale, turn the top half of your body back to the front. We honor both sides, so we're gonna inhale here. And this time as you exhale, turning our body towards our right. Remembering to keep those hands centered. Inhale. Exhale, gazing to the left. Inhale, chin over chest. Exhale, sending that gaze to the right. Inhaling that chin over chest. And as you exhale, we turn back to the front. Keeping our hands in this pyramid shape. We're going to inhale, sending our palms above our head. And as we exhale, we open our hands and come into the pose of Selket, the goddess of healing. Keeping our palms flat and moving our elbows into our sides. Receiving this healing between our hands. Inhaling here. And exhaling as your hands drop to your sides. We're going to move into the pose of Men. He was the god of fertility, similar to Offset, but listen for the changes. So we're going to bring our right hand to our chest and bring the left hand on top of the right, thumbs to touch. Inhale here, deep inhale into the belly. And as we exhale, the top half of our body turns towards the left. On the next inhale, let's release that left hand straight back behind us. And as we exhale, bring it up into a right angle. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, our gaze goes over to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, gazing towards the left. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, turning your body back to the front and sending that hand back down behind the right. We're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, turning only the top half of your body now towards the right. Remembering to keep that pyramid centered in your chest. I'll turn this way. Inhale, sending now that right hand back behind you. And as you exhale, bending that hand into a right angle. There's a meridian that goes from this right arm to the reproductive organ. So as we breathe deep here, we're opening up pathways to our reproductive organs, an energetic flow. Let's inhale here. And as you exhale, turning the gaze towards the left. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, gazing towards the right. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, rotating your body back to the front. Releasing that right hand back behind the left. Inhaling this pyramid over our heads. And as we exhale, separating our hands, coming into the pose of Salket, creating her aura of protection around us. Bringing our elbows into our sides. Our palms are open to receive the healing energy. Inhale here. Exhale as your hands drop to your sides. And just take a moment here to shake out the energy. Although it may not feel like it, we've done a lot of internal work in these positions. You may feel a buzzing in your body. You might not. Just pay attention to how your body feels in this moment. We're going to move into the pose of immortality. Coming to the tops of our mats. Let's inhale, bringing our prayer hands to the center of our chest. And exhale for a slight bend in your knees. Let's inhale, sending the left knee up towards our chest. And as we exhale, sending that foot behind us, letting the top of the toe touch the mat. Inhale to lengthen here and to tuck your tailbone. And as you exhale, bending both knees, let's sink down towards the mat. Now, option here to keep this back foot bent and come back to sit on the top of your heel. If you have any knee problems, I suggest that. It gives a little extra protection. Otherwise, let's lay the instep down and come to sit on the back of the heel. So your front knee should be lined up with your front ankle. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're twisting our bodies towards the left, allowing that right knee to lock with the right knee. Inhale here, opening up our palms, bringing our fingertips to touch. And as we exhale here, extending our hands, opening up that energy. Let's bring our fingertips into our palms as our thumb locks them in, coming into our Kemetic fist. Inhale here. And as you exhale, your gaze slowly turns to that right fist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sending that gaze towards the left fist. Inhaling back to center. And as we exhale, let's slowly move that left fist towards the right fist. Very slow and intentional. And as the fists touch, let's open our palms and bring them in towards our chest. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, pressing off of that right foot to come back into a standing position. Inhale, sending that knee back towards our chest. And exhale, sending the left toe beside the right, releasing your hands to your side. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go this way so you can see me. Inhale your hands to your chest, prayer hand. Exhale, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, bring the right knee now towards your chest. Exhale, releasing that foot back behind us, letting that big toe touch the mat. Inhale to tuck your tailbone and straighten your back a bit. And then as you exhale, you're bending both knees and coming down slowly to the mat. Again, option to tuck the toe and sit on top of the heel on this side, or lay your foot flat and come to sit. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're twisting towards our right side, allowing that left elbow to lock with the left knee. Inhale, opening up our palms, letting our fingertips touch. And as we exhale, extending our arms. Let's curl our fingertips into our palms and lock it with our thumbs. Inhaling here. Exhale, send our gaze towards that left fist. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling towards the right. Inhaling back to center. And this time as we exhale, that right fist slowly comes towards the left. As they touch, the palms open and release and come into the chest. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Let's bring our hands down towards the mat. Moving that left knee back beside the right knee. Just coming down, moving our hips down and back and coming into child's pose here. Let's just take a moment to breathe here and feel how our bodies are taking in the energy. Maybe we're a little bit more open than we were in the beginning of practice. Just pay attention to if anything changed. Receive any downloads or any guidance that were sent to you. And don't forget to connect with your breath in this moment. Let's slowly walk our hands in towards our bodies, moving our legs from beneath us and spinning them straight out in front of us. Slowly moving back onto our backs, maybe coming down to your forearms, and then slowly coming down onto your back. Let's bring our knees into our chest here, wrapping both hands around your legs, and give yourself a little rock from side to side. Enjoy this final massage, making sure to massage your tailbone as well. Breathe in here with your body. Let's send that left foot down flat, keeping the right knee into your chest. Let's use that right hand to pull the right knee out towards that right armpit. Just opening up our hip a little here. Breathing down into our hip. Releasing any tension with every exhale. And when you're ready, bringing that knee back into your chest, letting it lay out flat beside the left. As we gather the left knee into our chest. Breathing here. Then using our left hand, we're going to pull that left knee out towards the left armpit. Breathing into that hip. Let's go ahead and send that left knee back in towards the chest. Bringing the right knee back beside the left. So both knees are into your chest right now. Let's spread our arms across our body in a T position. And allow both knees to drop towards the right. Feeling that stretch in your lower back. Let's turn our gaze over that left shoulder so we can get a full spinal stretch from our lower back all the way up through our neck. Breathing here. Again, releasing any tension that you're holding on to. Knowing you are safe and supported by the earth beneath you. And if it feels uncomfortable to tee out your arms, feel free to just grab onto your waist here. Whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. This is about ease, this is about comfort. Breathing here. Relaxing those shoulders down to the mat. Let's slowly begin. If your arms aren't teed out, tee out your arms. Using our core strength, let's lift those knees off of the mat, bringing them back into our chest. Inhale here. And as you exhale, let your knees now drop towards the left side. This time we're sending our gaze over that right shoulder. Either teeing out our arms or bringing both arms to that hip. Closing your eyes here, just relaxing. Following your breath. Releasing any tension in your legs, in your back, in your shoulders. Letting this be a space of ease. Opening up those arms, inhaling. Using that core strength on the exhale to bring our knees back into our chest. Let's take our hands and open up those knees, sending our hands through the center. You can grab onto your big toes here, or maybe the outer edges of your feet, and just begin to rock left and right. Maybe you want to kick out the left heel and kick out the right heel and alternate. Just giving yourself this final stretch of your practice, whatever your body is calling for in this moment. Remembering to sync your breath with our movements. Breathing deep into your tailbone. Let's begin to release our hands, bringing our knees back together. Giving them a hug one last time. And making this the biggest inhale that we've taken all of practice, squeezing every muscle in your body. And as you exhale, releasing that grip and letting your legs drop out, drop down to the mat. Allowing your hands to rest at your side. Inhaling and exhaling as you relax your shoulders down to the mat. Relaxing all 10 fingers. Relaxing all 10 toes. Relaxing your ankles here. And your calves. Relaxing your knees and your thighs. Breathing into our hips and releasing the tension. Relaxing your arms and your shoulders. Relaxing your chest and your torso. Releasing any tension between your eyebrows. Relaxing your cheek. Removing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. and relaxing your jaw. Just taking this moment to let the practice settle in, allowing your breath to flow naturally, showing gratitude to yourself for showing up, and showing gratitude to the ancestors for gifting us these systems of healing. Let's just lay here for a couple of moments with our eyes closed, and I'll let you know when to come back. Really finding peace in the stillness. Tapping into our internal knowledge. And I usually like to stay here for at least 5 minutes, but for the sake of time, let's keep our eyes closed and begin to wiggle our toes and wiggle our fingertips, just bringing our body back into the space. Let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. In through the nose. And on the next exhale, stretching our hands above our head as if we're taking our first morning stretch of the day. And then rolling over to either side, using our bicep as a pillow. We're going to bring our knees in towards our chest, coming out of Sahu pose, mummy pose, moving into this fetal position. This is a position that we all were in for 9 or so months as our mothers brought us into this realm. Let this be a reminder that we have the power to rebirth ourselves every day. We have access to new perspectives, to new ways of being and thinking. If you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle, remember this moment of a rebirth. It's said that if you roll over to your left, that your body is calling to be grounded. And if you roll over to your right, then you're calling to be energized. So just pay attention to which side your body intuitively roll over to. And with the option to keep your eyes closed, let's slowly press off of the earth, coming back into a seated position. Legs crossed. Our hands at our sides. Let's flip our palms facing up towards the sky. And inhale as our hands stretch up, gathering all of the energy that we've cultivated throughout this practice and collecting it between our hands. Let's rotate our palms outwards, And as we exhale, sending that energy out into our auric field and out into the world around us. Flipping our palms up again. Let's inhale, opening up our chest, allowing our hands to meet at the center. And this time as we exhale, let's bend our elbows, bringing our hands to the middle of our forehead, allowing our thumbs to gently massage our third eye. And letting this be a reminder that this is where all of our realities begin, in our minds. So let's feed ourselves powerful and positive thoughts and affirmations so that they can manifest into our world. Slowly moving our hands down to our mouth. Let us remember to not only feed ourselves these thoughts, but to speak them out into the world so that all of those around us can benefit. Moving our hands down to our heart center. Let us remember to always be open to the act of giving and receiving love abundantly in the many ways that it presents itself to us. Let's take one last deep inhale together. And as we exhale, we bow to say, Ankh Ujab Sanem, which means life, prosperity, and health. Thank you guys for practicing with me.
Thank you,
Thank
Qiana,
you.
for this beautiful practice.
Thank you.
It's so energizing and so much of goodness.
Nice.
Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, I did. The deliberateness of the movement, the breathing. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This has been
Yes.
so wonderful and beautiful. I'm excited to tune in to the rest of the workshops and events this week.
Yes.
Hopefully we can all practice together again sometime.
Hopefully we will. We will certainly look at doing that. So thank you for saying yes to us.
Of course.
Thank you, Nicholas, for making the connection, and we will be in touch. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Bye.